the one thing that binds all anarchists together is an overarching critique of hierarchy. So, which I hate to use things in the negative, because I think what's most powerful about anarchism is not what it's against or what it's saying no to, but what it's affirming and saying yes to. I feel like that's what really anarchism's strong point is. So maybe the main principle in a somewhat positive light is how do we think about structuring all of our social relations, our social like forms of organization around forms of non-hierarchy or egalitarianism, and in a sense that addresses all sorts of things between how two people might relate to each other, to how groups relate, but also how large-scale systems and forms of organization relate. So then, in a sense, that points to other sort of subcategories. If we understand non-hierarchy as an overarching principle, then you would look toward other like forms that would fill that out. So to me, a lot of the other anarchist principles stem from that. It would mean that instead of competing, I mean, people still might compete in various ways when you're playing a game that's fun, and there's not, you don't have power over someone else, but by and large, people would look toward forms of cooperation as a way to fill out non-hierarchy. When we share with each other, as opposed to understand the world being filled with scarcity, where some people can have things and some people can't, is a way of us implementing this sort of overarching principle of a non-hierarchical world. And other ways we'd sort of think about implementing non-hierarchy is if we don't like the way that like a nation state makes decisions about the world, where a very few number of people, whether it's a single dictator or a president with a legislature or highly participatory forms of democracy where people get to provide input more often through public hearings. Anarchist principle would be like, no, we are all humans have equal worth, and all humans have something to say, and all people know things they want in their lives. So a way of understanding non-hierarchy in action, to speak, is that then we'd say, okay, well, instead of a state, how do we think about ways in allowing for everybody to be seen, heard, listened to, and participate in making decisions that create the things that we understand the public space to be? And that sort of is the function of a state. It's trying to understand how does it mediate, provide for society in ways from, everything from food, clothing, housing to public space, arts, etc. So I think a lot of the anarchist principles stem from that.